High energy, more passion. More passion, more energy, more energy. Go.
Hi! This is a 1973 Airstream Land Yacht Safari, and we're gonna show you this iconic vintage trailer. We purchased this for $9,000 from a buyer that had original intentions to renovate it but never got around to it. Now we're going to turn it into our new tiny home on wheels. And by pick it up, I mean we hired some guy to put it on a flatbed and drive it all the way over here from Indiana because we didn't have a car or a house. But we're about to have both. Come on in. This is a 50-year-old trailer, and as far as we know, everything is original. They did say that the carpet might have been replaced, but I'm not too sure. But I'm gonna show you around. This is the front of the trailer, and when you first come in, there's this couch right here. Just wanna make sure it's not wet because we just had a bunch of rain. This beautiful bright red color is really nice. It's also a trundle bed, so it comes out. This is the first time I'm doing this. And it creates, looks like a twin size bed. And when you're not using it, you can kind of just push it back. There's also 3 things of storage underneath. Are these containers?
Oh, these are the original Airstream bins.
Oh my gosh! Containers!
Yeah, these are like the Airstream bins. And I believe they call this thing a guacho. Or guacho?
Guacho?
Guacho. Yeah. Like guacho.
If we're pronouncing that wrong, just tell us in the comment. We know that we have a lot to learn about Airstreams. Wow. I didn't even see that before. There's also more storage. Books, knickknacks. This side is a little janky. But you can put like your books and your knickknacks up there. There's also an old 50-year-old control panel. As far as we know, nothing works. That's gonna have to get ripped out. This is actually kind of funny because this is like the first time we're actually going through all of the little details in this trailer together. But the other day we did figure out how this table works. It was a little bit of a mystery because we couldn't figure out how this table would just open up into what the gaucho?
Just say couch area.
The couch area, okay. It was a little confusing because we weren't sure how this table folded out into this couch area, but I saw a video and it slides. It's a little tough, but I think I can make it happen. Slide, and then you lift it, and then there's a leg that comes down.
Yeah, you'll see it. Yeah.
Oh. Okay, so now we kind of have this side table here, but it also comes out, that latch comes out, and we have a full table where you can eat, you can work. I would love to reuse this concept if it works in our new layout. So, going to the kitchen area, I guess you would call this the galley. We've got some more surface area, which is always great, and this really cool vintage olive color countertop. They've got one of these guys, where you flip it over, it's your cutting board, and then we're not using it, you can flip it over. That's 50 years old. Unfortunately, we're not gonna use a 50-year-old cutting board. That's just gross. We've got a double sink and the original oven range. Under the sink, we have some rolling storage. This is called tambour. And it's kind of cool because it saves a lot of space because you're not opening doors. These tambour doors roll into itself, which I think is really cool. It like coils up into a roll and then it comes down. Which is awesome too, because if you're going down a bumpy road, it's not gonna like fly open because it's all weighted down. I think that's pretty cool. If we could reuse that, I would love that. If not, it's okay. More storage down here. Ugh. This was the old furnace, I believe.
Forced air furnace.
certified old furnace. Up here we have more containers, which I didn't even see this before. That's kind of nice. This is the original oven range, which is pretty cool to see a 50-year-old oven range. It's definitely bigger and clunkier than the ones they make today, but it's pretty cool to look at. Super rusty. But it also comes with a rusty cover. That's about as much as it goes down for now. And also this is like an air vent. It goes out and there's a vent on the other side of the Airstream. Earlier today we found the original Airstream owner's manual. It says 1972, but it must apply to the 73 as well. Oh my gosh, this is gonna be so cool to look back at and a good reference when we're redoing this Airstream. These are 50-year-old instructions in there. That's pretty cool.
It's amazing that it didn't get water damage.
I know. Up here we have two fans, one that's above the oven range right here, and there's another one that's right above the couch area. There's actually 4 holes in this roof. We've got 2 fans up here, an AC, and another fan in the back closer to the bathroom. Let's move on to what used to be where the fridge went. We don't have the original fridge. It wasn't included when we purchased it, but you can see where it was sitting. And this, okay, I'm a little scared because I'm pretty sure we have a little mouse in here because things got moved and neither of us moved it. Here we have electrical sockets. We're gonna redo all of the electrical, so we're really not that worried, but this is a 12 volt and just regular AC plugs. See me knowing AC, DC? We are now in the sleeping area, and in this model we have 2 twin-size beds. If you're thinking to yourself, oh, why not you just, redo everything exactly how Airstream had it and make it original? We want to sleep in the same bed, and this model has 2 twin-size beds, but I think it's actually really cool that there's like all of this seating in this area, and you can also close it off to the front with a door separating apparatus. In this area, that's where the AC is mounted, and there's another fan just right here. We also have 4 upper cabinets that is the same tambour that you saw up in the front. Shelf, everything is just like a little brittle. We also have a wardrobe, 2 wardrobes, 2 twin-size beds, 3 compartments underneath these twin-size beds. So let me demonstrate for the first time ever. Size bed. The same thing goes on the other side. It's exactly the same. I'm not going to do both. All of the windows are in pretty good condition, and that was one of the requirements that we had for purchasing a vintage Airstream.
It requires like a special touch and finesse. There we go.
Oh yeah.
And then that just goes into these little tracks. So these original windows are incredibly hard to source and very expensive. So that was one of the main criteria that we were looking for when buying an Airstream, is we wanted all the windows intact, because there are a ton for sale out there that have broken windows. And just know that if you are in the market for an old vintage Airstream, make sure the windows are intact, or be prepared to spend a lot of money for a replacement.
So in the back, we have a wet bath. We've got a toilet and a shower, a little sink. I believe this is another wardrobe.
It's like a little utility closet kind of thing.
Oh, yes, this thing has storage galore. There's storage everywhere. But I feel like this is a good size bathroom. I mean, everything feels 50 years old. Things are not working properly. We wouldn't be able to use it as is. It's fully intact, but it's not necessarily livable. Now that you've seen the inside, let's take you outside to look at the outside specs.
We have the original step here. It's pretty finicky, but it does work, and I'm just kind of afraid that one day as we're building, it's gonna just completely give out, and I really hope that's not foreshadowing. So it is what it is. Screen door, the original door with the original latch. Now when we got this, it did come with a few sets of keys for random things. None of the keys work, so everything is gonna have to be rekeyed. I'd like to see if I can just repair this latch. It's really expensive to replace. It's one of those things that's just really hard to find. Let's just go show you guys around the outside. One of the main things that I wanted in the Airstream was a dual axles. It just provides more towing stability. We're able to deal with weight distribution a little bit more. That's just one thing for a little bit more stability that I wanted with towing. Walking around, we have more little storage compartments, I believe this is, that we can't open. This might just be the access panel to where the battery is in the back. We have this pretty big storage bin back here.
I'm told it's for the poop tube.
Yeah, the stinky slinky.
Yeah.
But here we have a shore power connector, which looks like it might just be able to plug in, but maybe we will. Maybe we won't. We're not going to be reusing any of the existing electrical. We're going to be completely retrofitting it and making it entirely new. Some of the outside taillights are missing, but that shouldn't be too much of a problem. It has its original big red number, and if you're familiar with Airstream, you know what this is, but if you're not, this is like a unique identifier where you can register your Airstream with your big red number. So we might be able to actually look up some history about this. I've been meaning to do it, but maybe by the time this video comes out, I will have done that. Maybe I won't. We have all the original Airstream lettering in place. Big rear windows. These are what the windows look like when they're out. This doesn't have any of the awnings, unfortunately. That's gonna be something we're gonna have to figure out. This, I believe, is the hot water heater. It runs off of propane. Again, we're taking all this stuff out and we're gonna be replacing with new things. Over here, we have our potable water. Oh, there we go. Potable water inlet. I doubt it's considered fresh water now. I'm sure those tanks are stank, so we will deal with that when it comes time to dealing with that. You can see we've got the original Land Yacht lettering. When we first did a video call with the previous owner, she showed us this one crack, and on the pictures, it looked really bad and we were really concerned, and it was actually almost a deal breaker for us to buy it. But seeing in person, it's just a scratch, not very thick at all, and shouldn't be too much of a problem, I say now. But there's gonna be plenty of body work we're gonna have to do on this. We'll see as we go. Making our way up front right now, we have I believe these are the original propane tanks. The hitch weight currently is actually 530 pounds, and if you're curious what your hitch weight is, if you have a trailer, you can just get a kitchen scale, plop it on there, and there you go. Sorry, get a bathroom scale, an analog bathroom scale, you can figure out your hitch weight. So currently, we're sitting at 530 pounds. So I'm gonna try to keep that lower. I'd like to get somewhere in the 400 range just to reduce the payload on the Sequoia, but we can get back into that in a later video. We've got some storage bins. We have a leveler, which actually still does work surprisingly. This one is smashed, but this one shows that we are almost level. We have whatever these are, some storage for something.
All right, now that you guys have the full tour, we're gonna talk about a few of our design ideas. All right, so this twin bed idea is going bye-bye, as we would really love to have a queen-size bed in the back. If we can do a shower and toilet and sink situation where it's like a full bathroom, it would be great, but realistically, we're thinking wet bath. Let us know in the comments which you guys would prefer. What would you do with this space? Like, tell us in the comments, because our minds are just reeling. One thing I know for sure is I would really like an L-shaped couch. Make it kind of like a sectional cuddle couch, you know? Like, when we were in the van, we didn't have too much space, even though we had an L-shaped couch. This is like a dedicated hangout cuddle spot, and I'm really excited for that.
This is actually our second build. If we didn't already mention that, we lived in a van for a year and a half. We built that entire thing out ourselves, including the plumbing and the electrical. So it'll be nice to transfer those skills over to this build. We're also actually gonna be putting in a wood burning stove as our only heat source. Another thing we are definitely spending the money on though this time is an air conditioning unit. That's one thing that we wish we had in the van that we just didn't have the space or the budget for with that build. We'll see. And you guys will also see the progression too, and you know, we're open to any and all suggestions. So if you guys have them, drop them in the comments below.
So we are fully aware this is gonna take a lot of work, and really once we gut this thing, we'll see the full condition of the frame and everything that we're gonna have to do to make it our new home. But we are really excited. If you are super excited like us to watch this entire series, please subscribe, drop a like button in this video, and turn on that little notification thing so that every week when we put a video up about this Airstream, you are notified. I just can't wait.
All right, the next video you see from us, we'll be taking this thing apart.